Welcome to my email verifier. Today we will guide you on how to use my email verification API for email address validation. First of all, you have to log into your my email verifier account. If you don't have an account, you can create it through the Sign Up button. Click on the Sign In button if you have an account with us. Enter your email address and password and tick on the box, "I am not a robot." Click on the Sign In button to log into your My Email Verifier account. Congratulations! You are successfully logged into your account. Here you can see available credit in your account. If you don't have any credit, you can purchase it from Buy Credit option. Go to the API option and click on it. After then click on API Settings option. Click on the Generate New API Key to generate a new API key. Please store this key in a safe place because it is required if you want to use my email verifier email verification API. You can also change it at any time. Please don't share this key with others. Below are the API lists which we offer with my email verifier. Let's see the uses of each API code. If you want to validate single email address, then click on the API Validate Single Email documentation. Please make sure that you have checked out all the easy-to-use API wrappers to speed up the development process. This is an endpoint get code of the API which you have to embed on the place where you want to integrate it. Here is an example request of the API code. This is an example response which you will get after the validation process is completed. Let's see which value is returned for each field. First one is address. It will be an email address which you want to validate. The second one is status. You can see the status of the email address. It can be either valid, invalid or unknown. The third one is status code. This is an SMTP server status code for advanced user. The fourth one is disposable domain. If the mail domain is disposable or temporary, you will get true status in the response. The fifth one is free domain. If the email address is not business address, you will get true status in the response. The sixth one is graylisted. If the gray listing feature is enabled on the provided email address, you will get true status in the response. And the last is diagnosis. Here you will get helpful information about invalid address. Next is API Get Credits document. If you want to display credit limit on your website or application, you have to add this API Get code on your website or application. Here is an example request of the API code. This is an example response which you will get on your website or application. If you want to validate more than one email address, then click on the API Upload file for bulk verification documentation. This is an endpoint post code of the API which you have to add on the place where you want to integrate it. Here is an example request of the API code. This is an example response which you will get after the validation process is completed. The last one is API Get File Info documentation. If you want to test a real-time validation of the file, you have to select API Get File Info documentation. This is an endpoint get code of the API which you have to append on the place where you want to integrate it. Here is an example request of the API code. This is an example response which you will get after the validation process is completed. If you need any help on how to set up API on your website or application, you can contact us through live chat support or email us on support@myemailverifier.com. Thank you for watching.